Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome back to the channel. If you are returning, welcome if you're new. We have three stunning cards to choose from. These were created by an independent creator, the wonderful Naomi, and we have three beautiful crystal wands as well, tiny little magical crystal wands today. At the time of doing this reading, it is a first quarter moon. And the moon is incredibly favorably aligned with various other planetary alignments and also with the nodes, which means that there's a very kind of like karmic energy. Now, whenever you come to these readings, you could be watching them in a week's time, in 3 weeks' time, in 10 weeks' time, in a year's time, whenever you come to them. If you were drawn to these readings, then the energy of the readings will be right for you. This is a timeless pick a card reading. I post these several times a week, but I am deliberately tuning in and doing this reading right now in the energy of the quarter moon. Quarter moons are about evaluation. So the energy is just primed to ask, how will your situation unfold and how do you get a favourable outcome? Because the alignments right now in the energy of this reading are primed for a favourable outcome. And a quarter moon allows us to evaluate. We kind of get to see things, we get to observe, to notice. And very often at a first quarter moon, it's often in our external circumstances that stuff is taking place. And the key is not to be triggered by it, but to become an observer of your own experience and of what is going on, because the first quarter moon brings us really clear signs and signals and synchronicities sometimes as well, so that we can see what we need to do to progress or to overcome something or to move something forwards. So there's a very profound energy here. And it is absolutely perfect for us to ask this question. How will your situation unfold? How do you get that favourable outcome that you are desiring in whatever your situation is? So, Moon Magic Super Souls, thank you so much again for being here. Let me show you the cards. So for pile one, we have the card of Sacred Journey. This is the card for pile one. And this is sitting with the little jasper wand. I'll just show this to you. I love the way that's kind of rolling around and catching the light. How interesting. Okay, so that is pile one. Pile two, we have, get that off the table, we have the card of Endure. This is for pile two. And the crystal wand that you have, if you're drawn to pile two, is the green aventurine wand. Absolutely stunning. Okay, so that is pile two. And for pile three, we have the card of Bounty. This is for pile three, and pile three is sitting with the tiger eye crystal. Beautiful little tiger eye wands. Let me show that to you just in a little bit more detail so you can see that they're all catching the light really beautifully. Feels like we've got these three little magic wands sitting here, as if the universe, and indeed we could just say the planets and the moon, are collaborating in your favour and waving a little magic wand for you. Now, whichever of these cards you're drawn to, whichever of the crystals, if you find you're drawn to more than one, I honestly would just say trust your intuition and go with it. Very often there can be more than one message. A lot of people are finding this. It's quite interesting, increasingly. I don't know whether it's because there's just so much energy flying around that there's more information wanting to come through. But my beautiful souls, trust your intuition, lean into whichever reading or readings is speaking to you. I'm going to leave the video running for a few minutes longer for anyone that needs a little bit more time. And you can also press the pause button if you wish. Beautiful souls, I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. It's very tingly energy. Do you know what's really leaping out at me already in your first card is this eagle flying. It's fascinating, just the way these animals in this card, these are beautiful cards. Naomi is an extraordinary illustrator. I will put a link to her website below. I always list the cards for anybody that wants to check them out. So you'll find Naomi's at the top of the list. I try to put them in the order that I use them as well, so you can find them really easily. But I will put a link to her website in the description below, and I'll put it in a comment as well. But I just can't help seeing the way that these animals are all sort of looking out. It's like they're looking out for this beautiful bear who is hibernating. I feel like you are being protected while something unfolds. Now we're asking about, how will your situation unfold and how do you get the favourable outcome you desire? I almost feel as though, I would almost say just this is about holding energy, actually. I almost feel as though literally it is as though your guides, your angels, perhaps many of you, your totem animals, totem animals or spirit animal guides, they are different, I think, to our power animals, or that's certainly my own experience. We are gifted, I think, with just as we have different guides that come in. Sometimes you may have a guide that is with you for all of your life, but you also will have different guides that come in at different times in your world because they have a particular skill set from when they were walking on this beautiful planet, and they come to support you and gift you with and give you what you need because they have a particular essence or energy or skill set that you are going to need. And it's the same with animals. Our animal spirit guides, they come in at different times. I feel like there's a whole menagerie, that's the word I'm going to use, a whole menagerie of animals, of animal guides around you, helping you to see clearly, helping you to journey between the worlds. We've got the eagle, we've got the crow energy, also with the panther energy, here looking outwards, and the owl as well. All of these energies, they see in the dark. Eagles don't necessarily fly in the dark, but there's something about being able to see through the shadows or to see through something. Now, either you're coming through something and you're being protected as it unfurls and unfolds, or indeed for some of you, I think you are being gifted with the ability to see through something, maybe to see something with clarity. Now, let's see what else we're shown. I don't want to jump into too much of the reading. And we are asking, how do you bring about a favourable outcome? How will your situation unfold? Your first card, you have hold your vision. This is so interesting because I do feel it's like holding the light. 1551, manifestation, abundance, money, dreams, vision and prosperity. Focus on the good and maintain your concentration on the outcomes you desire. It's time to put your faith and time into your ideas and pursue your goals with all your might. You have such a beautiful and courageous and brave spirit. That's really interesting because that is coming across so clearly as something unfolds in the dream time. I'm really seeing you having a vision and sort of being supported. Perhaps I'll put this up here maybe to start with. Let's see. Draw another card for you. Now, why is there so much protection around you, my pile ones? Why are you needing, not that we all don't want protection. You have the card Seek Your Truest Self or Seek the Truest Self. Look at the way the mask is being lifted from her. Gosh, this is about your sacred journey. I'm seeing this one and this one. Do you feel there is one more? And I think it is this one here for you. You have the threshold. Look at that doorway opening. You have rooted and you have plumbing the depths. Okay. I'm I'm going to need to move the cards around a little bit because I want to get all of these in for you, and I'm sure that we absolutely can if I shift them along a bit like so. Yeah, absolutely. I think we can do that really, really well. It's going to work for us. And that lovely jasper wand. I love the fact that you've got these very beautiful earthy colours coming through. You also have a real strong connection to depth here as well. Now my pile one, this is a really, really interesting reading. You are literally, I think, at a threshold. I think a whole way of being, of seeing things, of it's literally at that point of turn. And many energies within these cards actually are also connected to courage. You know, this says you have such a beautiful, courageous and brave spirit. These cards are very much about having the courage to dive deep, having the courage to step over the threshold, to open that door, step into the new. To kind of really know that, you know, life is about the journey, it's about the growth, it's about the learning. I just feel you are literally on the verge of something that is really, really life-changing. And in many ways, the life-changing is you. Whatever your circumstances. Now, obviously, we're asking about, you know, how will your situation unfold? What's coming next? How do you get a favourable outcome? The favourable outcome is having the courage to go with it, to believe in your dreams, to not falter, to not resort to any internal messages that you may have acquired when you were small that told you that you weren't good enough, or that you couldn't have, or you couldn't achieve, and achieve. By achievement, I don't mean worldly riches. By achievement, I mean being your authentic self, being you, having happiness, putting down roots, being able to be with people that you love, knowing that you can build communities around you, groups of people, that the right people will be around you, people who will love you for who you are. So this is a really, really extraordinary turning point in your life at this moment. It really, really is. You are about to become, it's almost like you are about to become the person that you always wanted to be, or that you always thought you could be. You may already be that inside, but it's like you can have the expression of that in your external world as well, instead of almost I feel like some of you, it's almost like you have secretly been yourself, but never felt you could really fully express yourself in the world or with people around you. That's the threshold you're on. In many ways, whatever you manifest, you know, you can kind of have it, because it's simply going to be an expression of your internal authenticity, your personal light, your personal magic. You're also being incredibly protected at the moment. Now, it may be that there are things going on in your world at the moment, and you may be asking about a particular situation that feels like a challenge. And if it's a challenge, it may be that it's pressed your buttons, or it's taken you back into some of those old thinking patterns, or reminded you of something where you kind of questioned whether you could really ever, I don't know, step into your power, have a voice, have a say. This reading is actually really honouring, firstly really telling you you are absolutely protected. 100% protected whilst this stepping into the new is unfolding. So this is really being offered to you. I mean, talk about the planets aligning in your favour. I mean, wow. Really, really, I feel like Grandmother Moon is just watching you, observing you, noticing you. I love the way in the Rooted card here, we do actually have the moon. In the distance, a tiny little moon, but we have a moon, and this tree is just lit up, you know, in the moonlight. You know, that there's magic around you. Look at this beautiful, rooted feminine energy in this beautiful tree. It looks like a weeping willow tree. Now, I don't think it's easy to get to this level of authenticity, if I'm honest. Now, that I'm not suggesting you are alone. There are many. This reading is here to reach many. And there are many, many people on this planet, and everybody is at their own age and stage of development and their own age and stage of evolution. But for you, at this point in your evolution, this is epic. That's what I'm seeing. And you're being 100%, 1,000% protected. I feel as though the real quest for you is not to be drawn into anything that lowers your vibration. It's almost like you master the art of being you, and you recognize that the art of manifestation is being you. This is a major threshold, but there is this essence of courage. So I'm going to just ask for a lot more information. What is the situation that we're seeing around pile 1, please? What situation is taking place around pile 1 that is requiring a level of protection, which is there? It certainly goes deep. It runs deep. It's requiring you to be anchored and have the courage to hold that light and that vision, irrespective of anything that's going on around you. So let's ask about this situation that you're in, and then we're going to get more information about how it unfolds. At the moment, your reading is saying, look, you're protected. The key to this is being your absolute authentic self and holding your vision. Don't lose sight of your vision, irrespective of anything that's going on. You have the Empress. I mean, this is yet another card of abundance. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Now we've got this mountain to climb here. But look at the bears. We've got one bear. Look at this bear is asleep. This bear is already in the dream time, fast asleep, being protected. And here we have the big bear and the little baby bear. I think there is a vision that you have. Let's make it, general. Let's call it the vision of your world, your future. We'll call it the vision of your future, pile 1. Right, the vision of your future may feel like it's a big mountain to climb, but everything you need can come to you. The key is holding that vision, not being waylaid by anything. We have the 4 of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Queen of Cups, and then we have the 7 of Swords. Okay, now let's just move these along. I feel like we've got space for more cards, and I think I'm going to draw more cards ultimately and just put them on top of these, because we're going to be asking for more information about how this unfolds in a moment. Look at this kind of ball of light bound in swords. With this snake as well, we've got a mirror image here with the Queen of Cups. It's such an empowered card in the middle. The 7 of Swords energy is an interesting one. So I'm kind of asking about your situation. The 7 of Swords is a card of maybe some dishonesty going on, or we've got this wonderful golden ball and yet it's covered in swords. With this Queen of Cups, there's something below the surface, plumbing the depths. I think with all of these creatures who are able to see, you have the owl who can see in the dark. You have Black Panther who is not afraid of walking in the shadows. You have the eagle who can rise above and see the bigger picture, see exactly what's going on. Crow who flies between the worlds. I actually think that you are in a situation that is calling for you to find resilience and to remain grounded and not affected by the energy of somebody else. Basically, that's what I'm seeing. I think there is an energy of someone around you or a circumstance around you, I think you're flourishing. And I think there are elements of your world where, I mean, you're rising, you're coming into your own pile one. This is amazing. But there's definitely a lower vibrational energy of somebody or a circumstance where something isn't completely upfront. The very first message is to let you know that you are protected and your situation will, as it unfolds, you are absolutely protected. I think you'll be shown everything you need to see along the way. Have the courage to stand strong and stay on your own course. It's almost as though somebody would knock you off balance if they could, or throw you back into like different patterns of thinking or patterns of behaving, or like I almost feel as though someone expects you to respond in a particular way. I think this could even be a connection with someone that you've known, and your relationship has followed a pattern, you know, and you're now doing it differently. You're choosing to walk a different path. And I think the key is choosing to do exactly that. It's your choice. Not following the same pathway, not responding in the way that someone expects you to, doing it differently. Being your authentic self, not, it doesn't mean that you're, you know, in someone's face, their pathway is their own, but you don't respond to something, you don't respond in the way that someone expects you to respond. It would be like if somebody's always been really, really bossy or really manipulative or something like that. And, you know, you normally would sort of, I don't know, maybe you either wouldn't see it because of your own kind of light and you're looking for the good in people, or you would simply respond. There's a way that you would previously have responded and you're now able to do it differently. I think you're rising in your own power. This is a reading that says take back your power. Not in a way where you are confrontational, but really holding your own, being your authentic self, being your magical self. Not reverting back to any kind of patterns at all that you might previously, and those patterns include your own perception of yourself, your own abilities, your own empowerment. You are literally on the threshold of a whole new life. The whole landscape of your world, I think, can change, is changing, can change, will change. And this is a time not to be held back. Your creative spark needs its fullest expression. If you're around somebody who's dampening down your energy, then see it, know it, and then stay on track. Do your own thing anyway. If you've had an idea and you discussed it with someone and you didn't get a favourable response, well, actually, go and do your idea anyway. There's something in your situation and your circumstances where everything here is saying, hold on to your dream, hold on to your vision, hold on to everything that is you. It's almost as though this is almost like a final test where you shift from a place where there's a vulnerability to the energy of others or of a particular type of person that you've known before, or even a particular person. There's a very specific energy for you each, actually. I think you'll know what it is. There's a resonance with a certain type of person. And it's been this is almost like the final, I want to say the final frontier, where you move beyond it. Now, let's ask for more cards. You know, what can my beautiful pile ones do? We can see this situation. I can see that everything is saying you are protected. This is about stepping up into your courage, knowing you can be you. May we ask how this situation unfolds? I do feel you've got to take back your power or stand in your power in some way. May we kindly ask for guidance and information for my pile ones about what they can do, or if there is anything they need to do in this particular situation, or will it simply unfold and they're guided and protected and they just need to be themselves? May I ask for some specific information, really? I feel that's what I want to do. Okay, let's see. You have the Two of Wands. How interesting. As above, so below. Be aligned. Be aligned in your own energy, sacred journey, of course. We have Temperance. Yeah, be aligned, be balanced. Remain balanced. Don't be knocked off balance. We have the Queen of Swords. Don't be knocked off balance and be unbelievably clear-cut about where you stay focused. Keep your focus on what you are wanting to manifest. Keep your focus on the outcome you desire. Know that there is, you're entering a time when you can own the power of your own mind. We have the Hermit. Aside from the fact that I think you are being guided, and I said right at the start of your reading, we get a lot of different guides that come in at different times. It may be for some of you that there is a guide or a mentor coming in, but I feel you are almost stepping up into your own space of guidance. We've got the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. How interesting. And we have the Queen of Pentacles, who I'm going to put down here. Yeah. I think that the key to your current situation is to remain absolutely focused and balanced. I do actually think this will unfold. I think the circumstances will unfold. I also think actually that the planets genuinely are aligned in your favour. I think completely and utterly the planets and the energy, the universal energy, is aligned to support you in rising, even though this other scenario is going on. And yeah, I literally do think that it's like the universe has your back, and your role in this is to remain completely focused, completely grounded, rooted, anchored, balanced. Even when you dive into the depths of something, let's say somebody is behaving in an underhanded way around you. Your key to success is actually to hold the light and hold your vision. Not to get drawn in, not to be tied into anything, not to be tarnished by the bad apple. And not to find yourself tied in knots or going around in circles. Don't let this stuff go round and round your head. Don't let it affect your emotions. Look at this crow coming in to untangle things. And the Queen of Pentacles sits with this beautiful sleeping bear. And there we have the sleeping bear. The key to your situation, my beautiful pile ones, and it's actually really quite simple, and it's very, very, very beautiful. The key to this, to your current situation, is step one, whatever's happening, know that you are right, and that you see, if somebody's a bad apple, you know they're a bad apple. Okay? That's just how it is. They're a bad apple. Or, you know, whatever that is for you. But there's something here that's a bit toxic. Don't be affected by it. Don't be drawn in. Don't be emotionally tangled in it. Because your emotions affect your physical body, they affect your vibration, they affect your energy. Remain completely balanced, really optimistic, really focused on your end goal, your vision, your focus, your dream, your desire. And know that if you keep your energy in this space of pure, focused light, really light, love, vision. You keep your vision, you keep your energy, you hold that, you are actively, almost like from the inside out, manifesting authentically. And what I can say is, if you hold your light and hold your vision and keep your focus, the universe will orchestrate, and the planetary alignments are orchestrating to assist you in every possible way. I almost feel like this needs to become secondary, as opposed to, you know, when something comes into our world and we think, oh, you know, I could have done without that. Well, then do without it. Put it down. Write it down and put it in a box and stick it on a shelf. Park it somewhere. Even if you know you've got to deal with it later. It's a very good way energetically, actually, of handling something. If there's something that's a pain in the proverbial, write it down. You know, and then seal it in a box. If for me, I would seal it in, you know, put sage in there. I would, you know, I would sort of create a sort of a boundary around it. And then I would, you know, if I know I've got to deal with it, I'll deal with it when I'm ready. But, you know, put it in a box, park it. Trust that the universe will actively work for you and with you. Your key here is having the courage to hold your light, hold your vision, and when the universe opens a door for you, step through it. Don't be afraid to step up. That's what I'm actually seeing here. I'm ever so tempted, my beautiful pile one. This is quite a long reading, so thank you for bearing with me, but I feel like I want to follow through for you. I am actually going to draw just a couple more cards. I just want to see sort of kind of where this is going, or if there's any other guidance. You know, if you do have to step through a door, how will that door be shown to you? Let's see what we are shown. And there we have two cards coming out straight away for you. We have the Ace of Cups, Revive. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. Well, if you needed any assurance of the most favourable outcome ever, then here you have it. The Ace of Cups, revive and accomplishment. As long as you look after your energy, you'll get the outcome you desire. And literally the planets are aligning. The moon is aligned with the other planets right here and right now at the time of this reading. And this energy is being brought to you, channeled through for you whenever you have come to it. Hold your vision. Really hold what you are wanting. Do not get tangled in this. You know, it's just, it's, I almost feel like it's an irritation. It may not feel like it. It might feel really big. The key is not to be affected by it. You couldn't get a greater affirmation. You really, really could not. My beautiful pile ones, this is your reading. Thank you so much for being here. Blessings to you all. Let me know in the comments how things are going for you. If you're watching this as I've uploaded it, thank you so much, all of you who have been leaving messages on the and comments on the, I'm going to say the Imposter channel. There was a channel called, I can't remember what it was called, Healing Spirit. Definitely no healing and definitely no spirit in that one, who had downloaded loads of my videos and set up a whole channel of me claiming to be me. So thank you so much to all of you who have reported them. Thank you to those of you who've left comments, which ensure that nobody else looks at those videos. If people are subscribing, hopefully they've unsubscribed. And I had a very good piece of news this morning, I have reported that channel again and again and again, and yet it's still actually up there right now. But nevertheless, I've kept reporting, and I ended up reporting specific videos for copyright, and the first two that I have reported have been taken down. I've reported another 10, and I shall continue to report for copyright, and hopefully at some point that channel will be removed. So thank you all for your love, for your support. It's very interesting, isn't it? Because these patterns play out. And I think, you know, we're human. It doesn't matter, you know, how much we work on the inner aspects of ourselves. You know, when you face challenges and something isn't done or not responded, I mean, I've reported this channel loads of times now, and it's still there. And I know, you know, I travelled into that space of self-doubt. You know, will YouTube ever do anything about it? I've finally seen some movement, and I know I need to not allow it to kind of affect my energy. Otherwise, you know, I'm not a channel for the readings for you. You know, and I am here for you, to read for you. So I know I need to keep my energy in a good place. So it's been a really interesting learning curve for me to really do that and not keep myself grounded and centered, and not allow myself to slide into the what I would call the child elements of myself, where, you know, it felt like I didn't have rights or choices. You know, so it's a really interesting energy and an interesting zone. And I hope, you know, all of you, whatever you are going through, this reading, and indeed just saying, you know, we all experience these things. I hope this is giving you support, love, and just an acknowledgement of you know, it's being human in the face of challenge is not easy, but have the courage of your convictions, my beautiful pile one, and really, really hold your light, and everything is going to be okay. The universe is working for you. Tons and tons of love, beautiful souls, and thank you so much for subscribing. All of you who are subscribed, that really helps the channels. Do subscribe, press the little bell icon if you want to make sure you never miss a reading. And thank you for commenting, thank you for sharing and letting people know about this channel. Tons of love to you all, my beautiful souls. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. You have the card of Endure. Very interesting energy. And Green Aventurin. I love the energy of Green Aventurin. For me, it's just such a soothing energy. I always feel like somebody, like my guides have come along and put a cloak around my shoulders and I'm just being nurtured and looked after. Endurance is coming through here. But an awful lot of magic. And this is, I almost want to say, my beautiful pile 2s, the magic that surrounds you is no ordinary magic. I feel like you have the magic of some very, very, very wise guides. Fascinating in these readings that your guides are coming through very strongly. They did in a particular way in pile 1. Now, in this instance, we are talking about really, really ancient wisdom. Like, it's really like spirits of the earth, the wisdom keepers, the memory keepers, those that really understand the essence of the earth. You are really being guided, I think. Gosh, let's draw. I'm not going to say any more. Let me draw more cards. I'd like to know how will your situation unfold, and is there anything you can do to bring a favourable outcome? I feel like the energy, and it really is genuinely primed to bring a favourable outcome for you anyway. Your first card is 0440, the gut feeling, intuition, betrayal, pessimism, relating, value, insight, increased perception, love, monogamy. Follow your gut. It's more than just a feeling. Be real with people and focus on meaningful relationships. Remember, you must also bring value to the table. Treat others with respect or else karma will bite your ass. 3 is a crowd. This is a very interesting energy. May we kindly ask, how is the favourable outcome arriving? Then you have welcome presents. And look at that, people arriving in a... Look at that, just when I was saying about Green Aventurin, for me, brings this sort of cloak of loveliness. I feel that this card is... We're seeing this sort of green cloak around you. I'm not going to say too much more. Let's see what else we can see. I'm seeing this one and this one. And also, it's actually that one there. We have Cairn, Portal to the Mystery. We have Old Crane Woman, wow, Guardian of the Threshold. Now this is a really similar energy to the Endure card. What have you been carrying? My beautiful, beautiful. We have the Grail Bearer as well, spiritual nourishment. What have you been carrying? Maybe a lot of people. Have you been carrying a weight, a burden? Are you wondering when something will finish? I'm going to draw your tarot cards as well before I dive straight in. May we kindly ask more about my pile 2's situation, please? How is this going to unfold? And how does how does my pile 2 arrive at the favourable outcome that they desire? The planets are certainly aligned to help you. We have the 3 of Pentacles. We have the Maiden of Swords, which is the Page of Swords. We have the 7 of Cups. Something is being peeling back the layers. We've got the 8 of Swords, the Queen of Cups. This did come out in pile 1, and the Three of Swords. How interesting that we start with the Three of Pentacles. We end here with the Three of Swords. And something is unraveling here. Something's going to unravel. There's something that you haven't yet seen. You've basically got a gut feeling about something. Well, you're absolutely right. But something will unravel so that it's shown to you. At the moment, you don't have the whole picture. I'm actually going to read to you the Welcome Presents, because there's this is a lovely book, and it actually does, I think it's really relevant to read it to you. Here we go, Welcome Presents. The bit that I wanted, yes, this is the bit. It's from the Tao Te Ching. Do you have the patience to wait till your mud settles and the water is clear? Can you remain unmoving till the right action arises by itself? So they're just diving straight in here, but that was the bit I wanted to read to you. The garden of consciousness is ever flourishing, ever changing, and your quest right now is to soothe the thoughts that churn up the soil and to intentionally calm the frantic buzzing of anxiety and concern. Create intentional solitude. Let the stillness at your core rise to meet the circumstances of your situation. Court the stillness so that in your clarity, the next right thing for your life can take root and bloom. This is not a time for effort, it's a time for ease, for relief, for deep internal intentional calm. As Lao, I think this is just, I'm not sure how you say Lao Tse, I believe it is Tse, said, do you have the patience to wait till your mud settles and the water is clear? Can you remain unmoving till the right action arises by itself? The Master doesn't seek fulfillment, not seeking, not expecting. She is present and can welcome all things. What you're reading, and just all of these cards are sort of tying into this, is that you kind of know that something is going on. But you don't have all the information. This is the challenge, and I think because you don't have all the information, it's really, really niggling you. So your kind of gut feeling is, quite right that there's something going on, but you're being asked to allow it to unravel. It's going to unpeel itself. Things are going to be revealed. What is really interesting is, I think the endurance test for you is having to sit with the not knowing. And in many ways, that's what your reading is saying. Now that the planets are truly, the moon is aligning in this extraordinary way with some really, really favourable alignments that are really connected to, also our karmic pathways, to the unfolding of things in a very synchronistic way. And this reading, I think, pile 2, is coming to you, firstly, to just honour that sort of deep-seated feeling that where you're sort of thinking, gosh, I feel like, either something's being said behind my back, or I don't have the bigger picture. I don't really know quite what's going on. But it's coming to support you. The old crane woman, same energy as this figure here that I was really picking up on when we first started your reading. You are being guided here. And with the Grail Bearer as well, I feel that there's timing involved in your situation. So you're kind of having to wait and allow it to unfold. And I think that's tricky. It's really difficult for us as human beings when something's going on and we know that something's going on. I know for myself, if I identify a problem, I kind of just want to fix it, because then I can sort of put it down and move on and relax. In this situation, I don't think you can actually immediately fix something. You've got to allow something to unfold, to unpeel itself. Something is to be revealed to you. I think the truth will out, as the saying goes. And the endurance test with your current situation, the success of your current situation and the fulfillment, the favourable outcome, is actually to allow it to unfold whilst remaining really, really calm. Let the mud settle so the water becomes clear. You know, that is it's just, that's that pearl of wisdom. What I think is interesting is that there are guides working in the background. You know, old crane woman, this incredible guide here. It's like there's a very specific type of magic around you. I said right at the start, I feel like these little ones are bringing in magic. There is. It's almost as though there is a, this is like with the cairn, portal to the mystery. This is like trusting the mystery. This is really, and it could be, I fully acknowledged, a real challenge when you feel like there's this your gut feeling and you just want to know what's going on. You don't in this moment need to know. Just trust that this is going to unfold in your favour. Now, I think there's a lot of heartache around it maybe, but what I would say, we've got the Three of Pentacles, so something is already at a turning point. You know, something is going to shift and move forwards. It's already at the point. I think it's already started. Something's in motion. That's what I would say with the energy of your reading. Something is in motion. Now, you can't stop it because it's in motion, but the situation will unfold and you will see what you need to see. And someone is coming in to assist you. Somebody's going to bring in something that will assist with this situation. Something will be brought to light. Now, what I do want to say, my beautiful Pearl 3, is that when it's brought to light, there is a, you know, almost like there may be a sadness around it. So, for example, let's say your gut feeling is right and somebody has, you know, isn't behaving very well, or they're being a bit, well, just not very nice behind your back, for example. It's going to come to light, you know, and it's really sad. It's really disappointing. It's heartbreaking when people behave in a not nice way. But it's not your responsibility to attend to that. Something has to sort of karmically unfold. And it will come to light. The truth will out. And there's almost an element of grieving on your part, I feel, where something is brought out into the open. But the joy of it is that it will be brought out into the open and you can act on this. You will reach a point where you can take action. But right now, the key for you is not to be taking action, but just to be sitting in that space. It is literally let the waters settle, let the mud settle so the water becomes clear. Let's just ask how this unfolds. Let's get more information for you. I think with the planets in alignment in such a favourable way and with so much sort of like ancient wisdom, it's like there are guides who are really, really holding this and making sure that things are being moved so that things come to light in the right way. And it's not your job to bring something to light. I feel the universe will take care of that. Look after yourself. We've got the world, absolutely. Your situation will come to a head. You know, it will reach it's going to, what I'm going to say is it will run its course and reach its own conclusion. I feel like it's not feeling quite right. Okay. I do think that is there, and that one. And that one. Yeah, I think it needs to run its course. I know it's really tough, but you're going to be having to sort of like sit and trust that the universe is taking care of this. We have the 10 of Wands. I think some of you are feeling a little bit isolated with this, a bit like a lone wolf, or feeling like you're the one that is in the know, or that you're the one with the gut feeling, and that other people either don't believe you or don't recognise the truth. But we have the King of Pentacles. This is all going to come to light. This is all working out in your favour. We have the High Priestess. And we also have the Two of Wands. Well, that's a spark of fabulous energy coming through. Sometimes this is depicted as the with Chiron, some of the more traditional cards, there's an image in some of the Two of Wands cards where Chiron is inside a cave, and it's time. Chiron is the wounded healer. Time to come out of the cave. The time will arrive for you to come out of the cave. At the moment, and I think everything will be out. If anybody is two-faced or keeping something beneath the surface, everything is going to be brought to the surface. Everything will be seen. And indeed, there is a major energy of really, really profound guidance taking place behind the scenes to ensure, and this is the planetary alignments, it's your guides, it's a very, as I said, it's such a specific type of magic. It's wisdom. It's that really deep, 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 I'm going to say feminine wisdom, almost of the earth herself, who is sort of almost saying like, enough is enough. That I'm really hearing that. Enough is enough. In fact, I'm hearing enough is enough is enough is enough. You know, this is not, something is not to be continued. So, something that's being withheld or not seen openly. It's going to be brought to the surface and to the light, and it will be seen for what it is. And I do think there will be a creative outcome, actually. The burden that you are currently feeling is to be lifted. I do think you will get a really, really genuinely favourable outcome. The energy is promising that anyway. But sit tight. Look how the King of Pentacles sits. He sits with this beautiful bear energy. He sits in his wisdom. He sits in a grounded way. He knows, he trusts, he's solid. The truth will out. I'm going to use another tarot pack just to see if we could see something of the outcome here. It's so clear you're reading pile 2. You don't have to take action. You don't have to dig. You don't have to push. Let it unfold. Literally, that lovely, lovely piece of wisdom from the Tao Te Ching. Just let the mud settle so the water becomes clear. Yeah, look, you've got the Three of Swords, and you have the Three of Swords here. This is a card of, you know, it's heartbreak. And it is heartbreaking. You know, when the truth comes out, it's heartbreaking. But it's a point of turn. It's a point of shift. You know, I just think that something will come to light that will just be, you know, when you just think, oh, that's just so sad. Why do people do this? Or why does somebody act in that way? But things can then move forwards. We have the Devil. Yeah, you're going to be able to cut cords from something, actually. I'm seeing this one as well. King of Pentacles showing up again. We're seeing a favourable outcome. I mean, the King of Pentacles is sometimes known as King Midas, you know. The Midas touch, you know, what you touch turns to gold. Temptation. I really think that your situation is... It will unfold, the truth will out. Try not to engage with it with your own mind either. Try not to engage in the energy of it. Let it unfold as it should. Because King Midas is an interesting story. You know, King Midas, the energy and essence of his story is that he was told he could make a wish. And he wished that everything he touched would turn to gold. And it did. So all of his food, when he touched it, turned to gold. So there was nothing to eat. You know, the people he loved, he touched them and they turned to gold. So he lost, you know, all his, you know, all the people he loved. So there is a sort of a moral here, which is be careful what you wish for. You know, in a way, there is something here that you will be able to let go of. I mean, this is a card of abundance because actually the joyous thing was he was then given the opportunity to reverse that wish. He could reverse something. Be careful what you wish for. You can reverse a wish here. Just be mindful of your thoughts, pile 2. Allow this to unfold. There is something going on and it will be revealed. I think you will reach a point where you can sever ties to someone or something that no longer serves you. I think you have a gut feeling about it. But some of you may be sitting in that place where you almost sort of think, well, I need proper evidence before I can make a clear-cut decision about this. How will your situation unfold? Actually, the favourable outcome is that the truth will out, and you'll see exactly what is going on. And because of that, you will be able to therefore make very wise and clear choices about moving forwards. There is something, I believe, that you will be letting go of. But you let go of it when this unfolds, because you can then see it for what it is. It makes that easy for you. Yeah, Four of Swords, Sanctuary. I suspect you will be almost taking... This is really saying just take a breather. The outcome you desire will come. Don't buy into any thoughts of, gosh, I wish I knew. How can I find out? Try not to tangle yourself in those thoughts, especially if those thoughts are what I would call the heartbreaking ones. Just try to detach from this, my beautiful souls. Try to sever cords. Don't be drawn into the temptation of trying to find out more and more and more. Just let it unravel of its own accord. The guides that are organising this are doing so in your favour. I think someone will help you. A bit like someone coming forward and saying to King Midas, you can have your wish. And also someone coming forward and saying, actually, it's completely fine. We'll reverse that wish. So there's something about you getting what you need. Right now, you just need to get still and sort of kind of almost like involve yourself in some self-care, because this isn't a great situation. Somebody isn't, or something isn't behaving well beneath the surface or behind your back, or there is something going on. Just let these wise ancestors and guides and let the profound feminine wisdom of the earth take care of this for you. Maybe kindly ask what the actual ultimate outcome is. Obviously there's a recovery period, I feel. You've got the Eight of Pentacles, attainment. You will get the result that you desire. Let me see if there is any other cards. You will get the result you desire. We have the Five of Swords, controversy. Okay, that's interesting. And then we get the Ten of Pentacles, accomplishment. How fascinating. I'm going to say that the outcome is almost controversial, in that I think, my beautiful souls, this would be a bit like someone talking behind your back. And when it comes to light, I think it's possibly heartbreaking for more than one person. But I do think it has to come to light. It's right. So when this comes to light, the controversy is, maybe quite a lot of people have believed the stories or whatever it is that's going on. And it comes to light. It's when something comes to light and it's like people are just gobsmacked. It's like, my goodness me, I can't believe that was going on, or that was happening, or somebody actually said that or did that. So something comes to light here, but it will be worked through. And the desired outcome. I actually think this is a beneficial outcome for everyone, because it's one of those scenarios where the truth needs to come out, because it is beneficial for all parties. The Ten of Pentacles is a card of happy families. So I actually think something really positive, there'll be like a silver lining, and I think all parties will ultimately benefit. It's like when the truth will out, well, it needs to. You can't fix something as long as it's swept under the carpet. You can't fix something as long as there's an elephant in the living room. Something has to come out. Your gut feeling and, around it is right. I think it's not for you to actually reveal it. I think you probably have that insight, but it's not your place to reveal it. These ancient guides are actually orchestrating this already. This will be revealed for the good of all and to find that silver lining. This could be like almost if you've got a boss who's, I don't know, surreptitiously behaving badly at work and doing something dreadful, and you've kind of got this gut feeling, well, it needs to be out, it needs to come out into the open, because if this is a person in a position of power and authority, they're affecting many people beneath them. So even though it's really disheartening and really sad that this has happened, it needs to happen, but also they will need support and help in order to address some things within themselves. You know, they need to be contained, otherwise sort of their karmic journey is going to get worse and worse and worse and more difficult. So something gets drawn to it comes to a conclusion here, but it will come to a conclusion in its own time. That, again, let the mud settle and the water will become clear. I don't think it's your job to reveal it, though, you know, your job is to sort of disconnect and let it unfold in its own time. I don't think you've got too long to wait, but just look after you, kind of sever any emotional ties to this, and literally trust that the right people will come forwards, the right evidence, the right knowledge, the right wisdom. And even though it's heartbreaking in itself, it is one of those situations where, if I'm honest, I think it just has to come to light for the benefit of all. I'm sorry this is going on for you, my beautiful pile 2. Truly, this is, it's heartbreaking when this kind of stuff is happening. I am sending you all the love in the world, truly. The biggest hug ever. Do keep me posted in the comments. I really like to hear what's going on in your worlds. I do read your comments. I can't reply to them all, but I do read them. Thank you so much for all of your love and support here for this channel. If you want to make sure you never miss a reading, please press subscribe and the little bell icon, and make sure, hopefully that will make sure all of the readings come into your stream as soon as I upload them. And thank you all for sharing and letting people know about the channel, and thank you also, if you're watching this as I've uploaded it, for all of you who have been reporting there's a fake channel that has been downloaded my videos and uploaded them. It's why we now have a watermark on the videos as well. I will try and keep that watermark as sort of small as possible and as unintrusive as possible, but it is one of the few ways that we can now protect work on YouTube and stop these kind of scams from happening. Pile 2, tons and tons and tons of love. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You have the card of Bounty, which looks as though, or would suggest, possibly, we need to draw a few more cards yet, but it would suggest that perhaps a favourable outcome is definitely coming your way. This is an amazing card to draw, or to be drawn to. Tiger Eye also is said to bring good luck to the wearer, the carrier. Let's draw more cards. Let's find out what this quarter moon is doing for you, aligning with the planets in such a favourable way to help us each to assess, to see what we need to do to create a favourable outcome. Let's find out about your current situation and how it's unfolding. You have 1-4-4-1 unique skills. Life goals, mission, sense of self, honesty, important projects. It's that time of intense self-development. Focus your mind on your craft. You already have what it takes to succeed, but practice makes you a master. It also serves to find your true purpose. Leveling up in your career or business is of priority right now. Gosh, that's quite a big indication or guidance really for you in terms of really investing in something. So how is your situation going to unfold, and how are the planets supporting you? I'm seeing this one. We have caught the feminine. How beautiful. This is a really, really interesting reading. Look at I just want to say, abundance of the flowers here in her hair. And we see a beautiful meadow down here as well. Gosh, I feel like abundance, genuinely, or bounty. Something is fruitful. Something that you're doing is going to bear fruit. That's what's really coming through. I'm seeing this, and also this one here. Okay, my pile 3. We have mountain, vision and inspiration. We have Bianfasa, women's wisdom. How interesting, caught the feminine and women's wisdom coming through. You then have Selkie, the soul skin. Now this card came out in a reading recently, but ultimately this is, I feel your reading is about doing something, following through with something that is uniquely you, and really, it really is. There's something that is absolutely fundamental to you. It's like there is something you're doing that no one else has done. I know we are all on our own unique pathways. I mean, in a way, it goes without saying, that's really true. But your key to success is recognizing and acknowledging your profound uniqueness in some element of your world. I think this feels for me as if it's more of a work issue, more to do with vision, inspiration, more to do with a project, something that you can bring forth, but it may not be. It could be a personal vision, but I do feel there is something that you have thought about or considered that is, I also feel for some of you, it feels like quite a lofty kind of goal, like climbing a mountain. But you also, intuitively, you absolutely know that it's worth pursuing, but it may be something that kind of sets you apart, or it's something that somebody else hasn't done before, or if it's something that's already out there, it's a very unique take on it. There is definitely something that is quite unique, and intuitively I think you really do know that this is really worth pursuing. Now, Selkie is interesting, the energy of Selkie. Selkie is to do with someone who came, again, very unique. Selkies are seals, but they can come onto the land at the time of the full moon and sort of take on a human form, and then they need to return, a bit like almost Cinderella, where the coach turns into a pumpkin at midnight. The kind of energy that they need, they can only do something at the time of the full moon. So I'm wondering if there is an opportunity, because this is about a quarter moon, and the fact that the planets are really aligning in a major way right now, in ways that support us, in moving things forwards, in finding a favourable outcome. I'm wondering if there's timing right now where you maybe need to do something. Maybe you need to reach out or move something forwards towards your bounty. Luck is with you. I mean, if you were trying to get backing for a project, now's the time to reach out for it. If you were applying for a grant, now would be the time to reach for that grant. I feel like the moon and the planets are aligning in a way that really favours these sort of pivotal moments of destiny. I think that's what this card is saying to us. I think it's about timing. Okay. Yeah, you've got the Ten of Pentacles. Let's see what else we're being shown. We have the Three of Cups. I'm seeing this and this. I'm seeing those. We'll maybe draw more in a moment. Let's see how your reading unfolds. You have the Two of Wands. Gosh, if you have been hibernating, I don't know, percolating, sitting on an idea, thinking about it, wondering when to take an action, now's the time. Now is really, really a good time to take action, especially if it involves reaching out to someone or to a group of people or collaborating. Now is the time to collaborate. We have the Six of Wands. We've got the Hanged Man. We've got the Queen of Swords. And we've got the Queen of Cups. So gosh, look at the feminine energy. There's a lot of feminine energy. Queen of Swords and Queen of Cups. I think, my beautiful pile three, Six of Wands is a card of absolute success. Public success, being seen. I think the Hanged Man in this instance is showing you, that is highlighting the divine timing. Maybe you've been sitting on something, percolating it, wondering when to reach out, maybe even wondering when to get started. This is absolutely the right time. And if you've had a little bit of a gut feeling about this, this is absolutely the right time to move something forwards or to initiate something that can move something along a bit. This is the time to, I would say, put in a few extra hours if you've got them. Come out of your cave. The percolation stage is finished. It's time to fly. It's like it's time to leave the nest. This is amazing. This is about timing. And I think the timing is now. I really do think your reading is saying to you, don't sit on your laurels. Now is the time to take action. And it's not exactly, I kind of want to use almost the word like knowing that the timing is right, using the timing to your advantage. There's something about that deep, deep, deep feminine intuitive wisdom when you instinctively know now is the right time to move something forwards. You're being asked to make sure that you also do trust that deep divine feminine within you. Make sure that camera is actually focusing for you, beautiful souls. I hope that is doing so. So the moon has aligned with the planets today to bring potentially to support some very favourable outcomes. How will your situation unfold? I think it will unfold very favourably. I think you need to be strategic. That's the right word. Strategic in the way that you approach something. There's something about reaching out to somebody or navigating, particularly if you do need to get some help with something or you're applying for something. Now is definitely the timing to reach out for some kind of help or support, to be strategic. Everything is kind of aligning in your favour. It is this sort of trusting divine timing, but it's more than that. I think you have a deep inner knowing that you have an idea or you have a unique something. And now is definitely the time to take action, either to initiate something or to reach out. I think we need to get more information for you. May we ask, what action pile 3 need to actually take? Right, so the Ace of Wands, well, you certainly do need to take action. This is initiating something. So I think you have to initiate something. This isn't taking an action that's completing something. It's reaching out. It's initiating something. So you could be starting something or you could be reaching out, but you are the initiator. Whatever this is for you, you are the initiator. You have the card of strength. Have the courage to reach out, have the courage to set forth on some kind of voyage, some kind of venture, some kind of a new project, or even an existing project where you move it forwards. There's I think there's a window of opportunity for you. Look at that, 8 of Cups. The pathway ahead, I think for some of you, you're not actually sure exactly how you're going to do this. This is one of those scenarios when you maybe are thinking, I really want to do this, I really want to move it ahead, but I don't quite know how I'm going to or how it will unfold. This is really just saying, just trust. Like every step of the way will be shown to you. You may even be doing something differently, trying a different route. Taking a different approach with the 8 of Cups. We often do leave something behind. But maybe what you also leave behind is fear of disappointment. You've got the 3 of Pentacles. The timing is perfect. The timing is perfect to sow that seed. What's really interesting is that whatever you are investing in right now, my beautiful pile 3s, it's going to bring in the bounty. Look at the acorn. This is going to grow big. So this is about initiating something, getting something going, investing in something that is. I think it will take off. I think it literally will bring in a really, really amazing reward. But now is the time to do it. There's a window of opportunity for you. This, in all honesty, I mean, sometimes we get a reading and it's like, really look after yourself. Take time out. You know, let this unfold, whatever that may be. In this instance, pile 3, this is quite the opposite. This is saying take an action, initiate something. Even if you don't know quite how you're going to do it, just get started. Get started. Even if you're not sure who to reach out to, you know, make the effort. You know, start to Google and do some research. Whatever you do, this is absolutely the time, whatever, you know, to move something forwards. There is divine timing involved. And that's what your reading is all about, my beautiful pile 3s. I kind of want to get a bit more information. Now, we know this is absolutely unique to you. It's therefore not something that I'm going to explore in terms of what it actually is, because you will all have your own absolute unique take on something, your unique gift, your unique idea, and so it's not appropriate for me to even look at that, because this is unique for you and it's your journey, and this is about you having the strength and the courage of your convictions to actually set forth, just like find that extra ounce, go the extra mile, because the timing is perfect. Now, I am now going to see, I guess, I don't know, should we get a sneaky peek, pile 3, into where this might be going, or maybe some extra advice and guidance about anything else that might be helpful for you to know. I can see you need to initiate something. Absolutely, like this is a get going, no procrastination, even if you don't know quite how you're going to see it through. Let's ask about, first of all, is there any more advice and guidance on what you might need to do or in order to move this forwards? Any advice and guidance, please, for my pile 3s. This is amazing. Okay. Right. Well, the first card you have is the King of Pentacles. Let me move your cards and get a bit of space here. We have the King of Pentacles, absolutely stunning. Right, what an affirmation of success. Get going. You've got the Magician. Wow, what a combination. You then have the Hierophant joined together. I do think that for many of you, a collaboration is going to be needed. So it could be reaching out for funding, or it could be doing some research to see who might want to work with you, or there's something about moving this forwards in a way that connects with other people. And look at this, you have the Lovers as well. With the card of Judgment, I want to say make a commitment. This is really about following your inner calling. This is about follow it through. Make a commitment, follow it through. This isn't just about initiation. It's not just about initiating something. It's seeing it through. It's picking up the phone, making that call, then following it through, or doing the research, or writing the letter, then actually sending it, following it through. You have the Four of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. Now, the Four of Pentacles is about prosperity. The Five of Pentacles is about loss. Now, we did have the Eight of Cups here, which does mean we leave something behind. I'm going to draw some more cards around the Five of Pentacles just to find out what this is about. I wonder if you are having to let go of something, which is part of the reason why your reading is really urging you to take action now, divine timing. Let's draw more cards around the Five of Pentacles. May we kindly have further guidance. What is the loss about, please? May we kindly ask, what is the loss about for my pile 3s? We've got Temperance, Serenity. How interesting. Right, I know what the loss is about here. I'm just looking at the moons here in the card of Temperance. Now, we're in a first quarter moon at the time of doing this reading, but this is just the energy that's around these readings whenever you come to them. Now, we're seeing a sort of a moon cycle taking place with this beautiful figure sitting in a moon. She's dipping her toes in the water. This is a time to dip your toe in the water. It's time to have a go. Don't be holding back. Really, really make a commitment and have a go. The loss part is that I think there's timing involved. If you didn't seize this moment, it doesn't mean you wouldn't be able to move something forwards. But I feel there would be a loss of either momentum or opportunity if you don't seize the moment now. There's something to initiate, something to move forwards. And this is very unique to you. Seize the moment, literally. And I think you're going to love it. I think it will also happen relatively quickly. You see, I think you'll get a response quite fast. We're jumping from a crescent to a full. Well, crescent to a new and to a full and another crescent. I feel it's almost as if there's a bit of a time warp around this. It's almost as though the energy is primed to support you. Now, I know the energy right at the time of doing these readings is primed. It's primed to help us to find a favourable outcome. For you, it's more than just a favourable outcome. It's a fruitful outcome. It's about bounty. It's about success. Absolute success. Visible success. I think here it really is about seizing the moment. If any of you have been procrastinating, deliberating, this is really urging you to make the most of the timing. That's really what we're seeing here, pile 3. Timing is of the essence. Seize the moment. Even if you don't know how on earth you're going to do this, this is a question of just doing it. And I think the loss as well is connected to not just the loss of because of the timing, but also sometimes we can feel like, I don't know, let's say you were going to have you had a social weekend planned. And then this reading comes along and you think, well, actually, I'll just have the full social work time anyway. I'm not going to worry about making time to do this. I'll come back to it afterwards. Actually, there's something about the timing. It doesn't mean you can't do the social thing. I don't know that it has to be an all or nothing here. But I think there is a suggestion that you make a commitment to this, that even if you are having social time, you still earmark some time to do this, that there is definitely timing around this for you, my pile 3s. I am loving your reading. I'm going to see whether anything else comes through for you, and then I'm thinking we'll probably wrap up your reading. I think the messages are loud and clear. Is there any other guidance? We've got the Emperor, again, and the King of Wands. I mean, what more can I say? Seize the moment, take charge, be your own hero, heroine, be your own leader, get going, make it happen. It could not be clearer. Make this happen. Don't sit back, don't step down, step up. And even if you have to put a few other things to one side, keep going with this. Now is the time. It is absolute perfect timing to move something ahead. It really, really is. Pile 3, I'm like mega excited for you. It really does feel, it's like it's so worthwhile investing in this, prioritising this, putting aside some other things. It might feel like a loss, but you know what? It's no biggie. Not when you really, really, really get what you're going to get from doing this. The energy is right. The timing is right. It's a window of opportunity. You're going to love it. Pile 3, there is nothing more to say. This is amazing. I'm sending you all the love in the world. Now, I know that if this is majorly unique, you probably can't share all of the details with us in the comments, but do please share elements if you can, even if it's slightly ambiguous. Actually, let me know if you're taking something forwards. You don't have to say what it is if it's really special and needs to be kept under wraps, but do keep us posted. I love to hear what's going on in your world. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. Thank you for being a part of the Moon Magic community. I am thrilled to be connected with all of you. It is such a blessing and such an honour to read for you. If you would like to make sure you never miss a reading, Do please subscribe and press the little bell icon. And thank you so much for all of you who share and like and give back through the super thanks in the comments. Thank you all for commenting, and just thank you all for being here. And if you are watching this as I upload this, thank you all for your incredible support in constantly working to take out the channel that downloaded lots of my material and set up a channel which was entirely of my videos. So thank you. So many of you have been reporting and ongoing reporting, and we will get there. I've had a breakthrough anyway with at least with 2 of the videos have been taken down in violation of copyright. It takes ages to actually go through each one through that process, but I am gradually, I've made copyright claims on another 10, and I will keep going until they take the channel out. Thank you, because every bit of your help and your support. I know a lot of you have commented on those videos over there to tell anyone that finds their channel that they are, this is stolen material. I cannot thank you enough. It's been amazing to just feel like, as a community, when something really isn't okay, we can join together and we can act in, for the highest good, because it's not okay for people to do this. Ultimately everything we put in the world is going to come back to us. So whoever is doing this, it's going to come right back at them in a big way. So the more that we really actually try to ensure that this stuff doesn't happen, the better for absolutely everybody. And hence we also have the watermarks on these videos now. It really is a deterrent, and I will try and keep it as small as possible, but also as obvious as possible, to stop people from downloading my material. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for all your love and all your understanding. And my beautiful pile 3, go for it. Tons of love.